Have you ever felt a quiet ache? A sense that somewhere, somehow, the life you're living isn't quite yours? Maybe you catch glimpses of it in the quiet moments when the world gets still and you wonder, is this all there is? Or am I missing something deeper? What if I told you that the life you're searching for isn't out there in the future or locked away in your past? What if it's been here all along, hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to notice? Today, I want to invite you on a journey, not to some far-off land, but inward, to the very heart of your own experience. Together, we'll uncover the life you're not living, and I'll show you how to find it, right here, right now. 1. The mirage of someday. Most of us live in the shadow of someday. Someday, I'll be happy. Someday, I'll be free. Someday, I'll finally become the person I'm supposed to be. But someday is a mirage. As the Buddha taught, craving for what's not here is the root of suffering. We chase after the next achievement, relationship, or possession, believing it will finally complete us. Yet, like sand slipping through our fingers, satisfaction always fades. Think about the last time you achieved something you desperately wanted. How long did the happiness last? A day, a week, maybe a month? And then the mind found a new someday to chase. This is the cycle of becoming, what Buddhism calls bhava. The mind is always running, always reaching, always believing that fulfillment is just around the next corner. But what if the answer isn't in becoming someone else, but in discovering who you already are? 2. The stories that cage us. From the moment we're born, we inherit stories about who we should be, what success looks like, what's possible for us. Family, culture, media, all these voices shape a mask that we wear, often without even realizing it. We become actors in a play we didn't write, performing roles that don't quite fit. We tell ourselves, I'm not enough. I need to be more. I can't be happy until... These stories are like invisible walls, quietly shaping our choices, our relationships, our very sense of self. Buddhist wisdom calls this Maya, the veil of illusion. We mistake the mask for our true face. But beneath all the stories, there's something untouched, something real. So let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your body, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Ask yourself, who am I if I let go of every story I've been told? Who am I before I learned who I was supposed to be? 3. The mirror experiment. Right now, I invite you to try something radical. Grab a piece of paper, write down a list of all the things you believe define you. Your name, your job, your roles, your strengths, your flaws, your dreams, your fears. Look at that list. Now, for each item, ask yourself, did I choose this or was it given to me? Is this really me or just a story I've carried? Buddhism teaches the principle of anatta, no fixed self. Who you think you are is a collection of habits, memories, and labels. But there's something deeper, a silent witness behind all the changing thoughts and feelings. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice your thoughts, how they come and go, like clouds across the sky. Notice your emotions, how they rise and fall, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce. Notice your body, how it's changed since you were a child. Who is it that notices all this change? That silent awareness, that's the real you. It's not a thing you can see or touch, but it's always here, quietly watching, quietly knowing. This awareness is the doorway to the life you're not living. 4. The trap of becoming. We spend so much energy trying to become someone else, smarter, richer, more attractive, more spiritual. But the greatest Zen masters remind us, your everyday mind is the way, not your future, perfected self, not your enlightened, flawless self, just you, here, now, as you are. The more you chase after a better version of yourself, the farther you drift from your own center. The more you try to fix yourself, the more broken you feel. But what if nothing about you needs fixing? What if the life you're not living is the one that begins the moment you stop running from yourself? 5. Awakening to what is. Awakening isn't about escaping your life. It's about seeing it clearly, perhaps for the first time. The Buddha didn't offer escape. He offered clarity. He taught that suffering comes from resisting what is, from clinging to pleasure, running from pain, and refusing to accept the present moment. But when you stop fighting reality, something miraculous happens. Peace arises, not because your circumstances change, but because your relationship to them does. Try this. The next time you're caught in anxiety or regret, pause. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the thoughts spinning in your mind. Instead of trying to fix or change them, simply notice. This is what's here right now. Breathe into it. Allow it. Watch as, slowly, the grip of suffering loosens. This is mindfulness, not a technique, but a way of being. It's the key to the life you're not living. 6. The practice of returning. So how do you find the life you're not living? You return again and again to this moment. You choose presence over distraction, acceptance over resistance, compassion over judgment. Here are 3 simple, practical practices rooted in Buddhist wisdom that you can begin today. 1. Mindful breathing. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Breathe in and out slowly, feeling each breath. When your mind wanders, gently return to the breath. This isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about coming home to yourself. 2. Compassionate inquiry. Whenever you catch yourself in self-criticism or comparison, pause. Ask, whose voice is this? Is it true? Offer yourself the same kindness you would offer a friend. 3. Sacred ordinary. Pick one mundane activity each day, washing dishes, walking, making tea. Do it with your full attention. 7. The courage to let go. Do it with your full attention as if it were the most important thing in the world. Transform the ordinary into the sacred through presence. But here's the secret no one tells you about awakening. It requires tremendous courage. Not the courage to climb mountains or fight battles, but the courage to let go. To let go of the person you thought you had to be. To let go of the future you've been clinging to. To let go of the past that's been defining you. The Buddha spoke of upadana, attachment. We cling to our identities, our plans, our wounds, our victories. We hold them so tightly that we forget they're not actually us. Think about a time when you lost something you thought you couldn't live without. A relationship, a job, a dream. In that moment of loss, what remained? You did. the essential you, the aware you, the you that exists beyond all the things you thought defined you. This is the paradox of freedom. The more you let go, the more yourself you become. The more you release, the more alive you feel. The life you're not living isn't waiting for you to acquire something new. It's waiting for you to release what was never truly yours to begin with. 8. The art of sacred rebellion. Living authentically in a world that profits from your conformity is an act of sacred rebellion. Every time you choose presence over productivity, you rebel. Every time you choose being over becoming, you rebel. Every time you choose your inner wisdom over external validation, you rebel. This isn't rebellion for its own sake. It's rebellion in service of truth, your life, your authentic expression. The Zen tradition speaks of beginner's mind, approaching each moment with fresh eyes as if you've never experienced it before. What would your life look like if you approached it with beginner's mind? What if you looked at your work, your relationships, your daily routines as if seeing them for the first time? What would you notice that you've been missing? What would you change that you've been accepting? What would you embrace that you've been avoiding? The life you're not living often hides in the spaces between your habits. It whispers in the moments when you pause and ask, what do I actually want right now? 9. The ripple effect of authenticity. When you begin living from your authentic center, something beautiful happens. You give others permission to do the same. Your courage becomes contagious. Your presence becomes a gift. Your authenticity becomes a beacon for others who are still lost in their own stories. Buddhism teaches interdependence, the understanding that we're all connected, that our individual awakening serves the awakening of all beings. When you stop performing and start being, you create space for others to drop their masks too. When you stop chasing and start resting in what is, you show others that peace is possible. When you stop running from yourself and start embracing your wholeness, you demonstrate that self-acceptance is not selfish, it's sacred. The life you're not living isn't just about you. It's about the healing you bring to the world simply by being who you truly are. Think about the people who have most influenced your life. Were they the ones who had it all figured out? Or were they the ones who were courageously, authentically themselves? Were they perfect or were they real? Your realness is your gift to the world. Your authenticity is your contribution to the collective healing. 10. The eternal return. Here's the final truth I want to share with you. Finding the life you're not living isn't a destination. It's a practice. It's not something you achieve once and then possess forever. It's something you choose moment by moment, day by day. There will be times when you forget, times when you slip back into old patterns, old stories, old ways of being. This isn't failure, it's human. The Buddhist path isn't about perfection, it's about returning. Returning to presence when you've been lost in thought. Returning to compassion when you've been caught in judgment. Returning to your authentic self when you've been wearing masks. Each return is a small awakening. Each return is a step closer to the life that's truly yours. The Buddha's final words were, "Work out your salvation with diligence." Not achieve enlightenment and be done, but keep working, keep practicing, keep returning. Your life, your real life, is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. It's not a destination to reach, but a path to walk. It's not a performance to perfect, but a presence to embody. The life that's calling you. So here we are at the end of our journey together, but really at the beginning of yours. You came here asking about the life you're not living, but maybe, just maybe, you've discovered that the life you're seeking has been here all along. It's in the breath you're taking right now. It's in the awareness that's listening to these words. It's in the courage that brought you here, searching for something deeper, something truer. The life you're not living isn't somewhere else. It's not in the future when you finally have it all figured out. It's not in the past when things were different. It's here, now. In this moment, in your willingness to question, to explore, to be present with what is. You don't need to become someone else to live this life. You don't need to wait for permission or the perfect circumstances. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to begin. Begin with one conscious breath. Begin with one moment of presence. Begin with one choice to be authentically, courageously, beautifully yourself. The life you're not living is calling you, not from some distant shore, but from the very center of your being. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? It's been waiting for you all along, and now it's time to answer.